Tzu Chi U.S. headquarters delivers surgical masks to hospitals despite the cold weather. The frontline medical staff in Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital receive various encouragements from children. Welcome to Dai Headlines. I'm Simon Gan. Thank you for joining us. Tzu Chi U.S. headquarters has allowed hospitals to apply for epidemic prevention supplies on the internet. Upon receiving the applications from 2 hospitals, volunteers quickly delivered surgical masks. They'll also continue to purchase and provide other needed supplies.
With a temperature of about 10 degrees Celsius, volunteers from Tzu Chi U.S. headquarters have departed in 2 days upon receiving supply application forms.
One hospital is Loma Linda University Health, and the other one is Kaiser Permanente. They have noted on the supply application forms that their supplies can only last for another 1 or 2 weeks. Therefore, we are very worried.
The volunteers have bought surgical masks first. They'll continue to purchase N95 masks and other supplies.
I don't believe there is a small donation, there is a large donation. Every donation counts, and everything we can get through the community, it's a good thing. It's going to help us fight this disease, and hopefully that will be overcome pretty soon. So we thank you for what you've done, and we look forward for more donations in future if that is ever possible.
We thank you for all of your efforts to help us as physicians and healthcare workers. The work you're doing on social distancing, staying at home, washing your hands, and avoid touching your face has been very helpful. And now this next step here in the United States is the masking.
City volunteers are doing their best to support medical personnel in their fight against the epidemic.
The novel coronavirus is not slowing in the United States, and the frontline medical supplies are depleted. Local Tzu Chi volunteers have been quick to canvass for donations, whether in the form of medical supplies or money to help. Besides donating to the hospitals in the need of the personal protection equipment, volunteers also donated masks to the local police force.
In this crucial moment, there is plenty of love to go around as Tzu Chi U.S. headquarters donated personal protection equipment to hospitals.
We know that local hospitals like the UCLA hospital are lacking personal protection equipment, so we went to labors to ask if they have money or materials to donate to the cause.
Besides these from Tzu Chi, the rest have been donated by kind-hearted people. We have just gathered everyone's love together.
The donated items include masks, medical gloves, protection goggles, and gowns, which are being picked up by the hospital staff.
For the safety of our volunteers, we have asked the hospitals to come pick up the items at the medical clinic center. We can also introduce Tzu Chi to them and the bamboo coin banks.
Your donation with all the personal protective equipment is absolutely crucial for us to be able to do our jobs. It's not safe or responsible in any way for us to be attempting to give care to patients if it's not safe for our staff.
Meanwhile, in Arizona, Phoenix Tzu Chi volunteers donated 1,000 masks to the police officers of the city of Chandler, so they may continue to patrol the streets with ease of mind.
Although the businesses and lives of Long Island Tzu Chi volunteers have been affected, they remain positive and provided bread and macarons to the medical staffs, police officers, and even nursing home elderly, hoping that in hard times like this, they can still feel the love and care from the society. Due to the epidemic, the bakery has been closed for 2 weeks. This day is the first time they reopen, and the owner, Chen Zhongyuan, and his wife are packing 440 breads that are imported from the main company in South Korea.
There are risks in the field of business, but when we are facing difficulties, we need to lend a helping hand to those who need it.
Although their businesses and lives are affected, Tzu Chi volunteers are always positive. During this period, they contacted various hospitals, police stations, and nursing centers. Wherever help is needed, they'll be there. This day, they brought the breads to 2 local police stations and Stony Brook University Medical Center.
They do not have much time to eat, so we prepared a small cake, enabling them to fill up their stomach within the shortest time, and also to let them feel that our love is with them throughout this period.
As for the largest nursing center in Long Island, some elders passed away due to the coronavirus and a whole place has been quarantined. Tzu Chi has been providing care for the past 25 years and has also given 240 breads and macarons to the medical staffs.
I want to thank Tzu Chi for their 25 years of coming to our facility and working with our residents and performing and entertaining. And thank you for thinking of us during these critical times.
Although the nursing home is now closed to visitors, but the walls inside the home are decorated with the drawings and cards by the children from the Tzu Chi Chinese School. The love and care are as if from their own grandchildren, and hopefully this love will accompany the elderly through this time of the epidemic. Volunteers from African countries often go to Durban, South Africa to conduct home visits and learn from South African volunteers. Before South Africa implemented a nationwide lockdown because of the epidemic, volunteers from 3 African countries gathered in Durban to visit care recipients in remote regions. Let's take a look. On the vast green land, volunteers from 4 countries in Africa are heading to the tribes. Them singing seems to tell care recipients that they are coming with love.
Eating porridge made with rice can replenish your nutrients. It can sustain you longer.
Despite the difficult roads, the volunteers are determined to deliver love. They give out rice and red envelopes of blessing and wisdom.
You can hold a red envelope and pray. You can also place it under the pillow when you sleep. Take it with you to receive the blessings.
Volunteers hold the hands of the patients, showing their love and care.
Do not be sad. Your health will gradually recover. We all love you and will help you until your life improves.
With love, volunteers provide kind words and warm hugs.
We help and love each other. Our name is Tzu Chi Volunteer.
Volunteers learn as they conduct home visits. They also cultivate themselves. They are broadening the scope of their lives and helping people in their communities. The frontline medical staff work hard to prevent the epidemic. Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital recently received encouragement from children. Some kindergarteners sent them hand-painted cards, while high school students sent cards with different warm messages and marinated eggs to convey their gratitude.
Holding the cards sent by children, the medical professionals were extremely happy. Young children can write. Kindergarteners from the Discovery Arts and Language Preschool use phonetic symbols to express their gratitude.
The children conveyed their gratitude to the epidemic prevention staff through handwritten phonetic symbols together with cute and vivid illustrations.
Students from Dami High School also made hand-painted cards, each with different appearance of the medical personnel.
All with different messages. Everyone is very familiar with the toughness of our clinical work. I'm so touched.
The students also especially cooked healthy eggs and sent them to the hospital.
Eggs have rich nutritional value. We have included more than 20 kinds of Chinese herbs to cook the eggs.
From education's point of view, we should teach the children to respect and give encouragement to the medical personnel.
When doing this epidemic prevention work, we can be more courageous and confident.
The pressure on the frontline epidemic prevention is great, yet the students' support is a kind of encouragement and also the strength to move forward continuously.
When Manila is in lockdown, it affects the economy and the farmers cannot sell their products, forcing many to throw away their hard work. Tzu Chi volunteers decided to buy all the produce and give it to local residents, benefiting both parties.
While Manila is in lockdown, all the businesses have also gone under. Farmers cannot sell their products, so they decided to transport farm produce down the mountain and give it away for free.
We have our own farm, so we must use it well by growing more vegetables. Then we can provide more vegetables to everyone, and people don't need to go to the supermarket to buy them.
Feeding for these farmers and their great love, Tzu Chi volunteers decided to buy all the vegetables the farmers cannot sell. After going through them, the volunteers can give these vegetables to anyone who needs them.
Since Tzu Chi volunteers are vegetarians, when we help the farmers sell their vegetables, we are doing this not only for ourselves, but also for the farmers and also for our earth.
This is a very special period, so this mutual help shows us the most valuable human love.
In Malaysia, since the government implemented the movement restriction order, residents have mostly stayed at home. The children from Tzu Chi's after-school class have been seizing the time to pray for everyone at home.
As the Malaysian government implements movement restriction order, the residents have stopped going out.
From March 18 to now, I have not gone out for more than 20 days. Because of COVID-19, we need to stay home.
We cannot go to school and we can't go out because there is virus.
Despite the lockdown, children from Tzu Chi after-school class did not waste their time.
We cannot go out, but we can pray for everyone at home. We want to deliver our best wishes to doctors, nurses, and policemen, hoping they will get infected with the virus. We also hope the patients will recover soon. This is strength of the prayers, one of my homework. I think it is very good to pray on my own. However, if more people can join me, it will be even better, because there will be more strength.
Since I cannot go out, I have done distance learning of the humanities class. I've also encouraged my friends to adopt a vegetarian diet over the phone. This virus is originated from animals. As we eat animal meat, we do not know if there is the virus on these animals. I have successfully invited 10 people to go meatless. As I invite people, sometimes I succeed and sometimes I fail. I will continue to work hard and invite more people to embrace vegetarianism with me. I also hope this epidemic will be over soon. This way, we can return to school.
Despite their young age, the children are seizing the time to pray for people and encourage people to embrace vegetarianism.
Taichung Tzu Chi volunteers have prepared vegetarian box meals to share with policemen, hoping to encourage them to adopt a vegetarian diet. Among the cooking volunteers, the chef, Zhuang Mei-xiu, has been through a lot of difficulties because her son has suddenly passed away. Through volunteering, she found a new meaning in life. Let's take a look.
Volunteers are busy working in the recycling station's kitchen. Everyone has his or her responsibility. Preparing delicious vegetarian dishes to share with the policemen, Zhuang Mei-xiu is the chef this time. She has been mindfully designing the menu and cooking.
The food has to look tasty, so people will be willing to eat them.
Zhuang has been through a lot. Her husband suffered from brain tumor more than 10 years ago. In addition, her oldest son suddenly passed away.
If he cannot stay with you, just pretend you are flying a kite. If the kite's thread breaks, just let it go. Do not think about him. Do not tighten the knot.
Zhuang has overcome her grief by volunteering. She joins other volunteers to promote vegetarianism wholeheartedly.
This is preserved vegetables and bean curds. To make it more tasty, we add more preserved vegetables. It will be crunchy.
Volunteers packed the 5 vegetarian dishes to share with the policemen in Taichung 3rd Police Station.
We have prepared delicious vegetarian food for them. They can change their diet and see that vegetarian food can be tasty. Then they can adopt a vegetarian diet at home.
While at the police station, volunteers also lead the policemen to pray.
Today's vegetarian food is tasty, great.
Volunteers hope that by providing delicious vegetarian food, they can encourage the policemen to go meatless.
Tzu Chi volunteer Loy Mei Ling has been a vegetarian since 2009. Not only did she encourage her family to adopt a vegetarian diet, she also shares her recipe with other mothers in hopes that more mothers can choose to adopt a vegetarian diet for the health of their family members. A mother is in charge of everything in the house, including the most daily meals. Loy Mei Ling has been cooking vegetarian meals for the past 11 years.
Many people are afraid that adopting a vegetarian meal might have malnutrition issues. However, if we cook the dishes with the 5 different colors like green, yellow, and red, there will not be this issue because they all contain the necessary nutrition our body needs.
Adopting a vegetarian diet for the past 11 years has been her strongest faith in keeping her family healthy.
When cooking, the flavoring are added last because sometimes if we add too much, we can taste the natural taste of the vegetable. So when cooking at home, we'll eat light food.
She got in touch with Tzu Chi as she accompanied her daughter to the parent-child class and agrees with adopting a vegetarian diet to protect all beings. She also shares her recipe in the Da'ai Mother group, and Lim Kei Ling is her biggest fan.
This is taught by Mei Ling. She used garlic, but this is onion. I've been cooking meal for a very long time. There's no sweet taste without meat. I can only fry bean curds because I do not know how to cook vegetables.
With Mei Ling's recipe, Lim and her family are able to adopt a vegetarian diet for 2 years till now.
Now I feel much healthier. I don't get tired easily. My whole body feels lighter.
With the mutual help, cooking a vegetarian meal is easy and beneficial for all.
Because Master Zheng Yan always tells us to be grateful, have respect and love for all beings. All animals have their lives and rights to live on this planet freely.
On the dinner table, they use love as flavoring, providing the warmest meals for the family. LED streetlights not only affect flowers and plants, but can also impact animals. At the Guandu Nature Park, to attract the return owls and other birds to the park, a decision was made to turn off the lights at night. Light damage can affect animals' predatory behavior, sleep and internal clock, potentially affecting the entire biological chain. How to balance the need for streetlights and the environment is something that needs deep reflection.
The Guandu Nature Park is located at the junction of the Damsui River and the Jilong River, the last wetland in Taipei City. More than 200 plants and 830 animals are active here. Since ancient times, it has been an important stopover for migratory birds. However, after installing LED streetlights on the road on the south embankment of the park 3 to 4 years ago, light pollution has affected the animals in the park.
These
streetlights in front of us, although we asked them to dim the lights and lower the height, it hasn't been done. The lights are directional, but light spills out before the back and affect part of our park. Guandu Nature Park is home to many small birds such as eider ducks, Eurasian teals, spot-billed ducks, and swallow-tailed ducks. LED streetlights will make these small birds feel unsafe at night. These wild ducks, common snipes, or herons usually don't stand on the embankment at night, but will stand in the water or in the middle of the pool because cats, dogs, and snakes will walk on shore. In addition to Guandu Nature Park, which is deeply affected by LED streetlights, the Taipei Riverside Park, which is quite rich in ecology with 860 plants and more than 130 kinds of birds, is also suffering from LED streetlight pollution.
You can see that in this area there are already 4 different lights. We see one that is already focused on the road, but the other 2 are actually directed at the slope below and almost reach the other road. So you can see that the main direction of these 2 newly installed lights is in fact this tree.
We follow Cai Daihua, Secretary General of Raptor Research Group, Taiwan, and Lori Li, of CEO of Eco Nature Tianmu, to the Shuangxi Riverside Park in Shilin. You can find an LED street lamp every few meters away from each other, both sides of the trail, as many street lights shine directly on trees.
This area has been affected like the tree magpie, the black drongo. These numbers have dropped significantly here. Previously, there were little egrets or heron groups resting here. Now this has changed as they're going to rest elsewhere and the entire ecology has changed.
Not only are small and medium-sized birds affected by light pollution, but also raptors such as collared Scops owl and brown hawk owl.
When your light is very bright, the mouse may not come out and the owl may not find food. Thus, this entire foraging area will become fragmented, and the number of color Scops owl will start to decrease.
In fact, light damage not only affects the birds and raptors that can be easily seen, but the greatest damage may be the biological food chain.
Some insects will be affected by light pollution and will fail to molt. After a number of insects decline, it would actually affect the predation of birds and other prey like amphibians or reptiles. This will then affect other high up on the food chain, like raptors, which will eat insects and reptiles. So the whole overall influence of this light pollution can be very big.
Over there is our park. After the lampshade is installed here, the directionality will illuminate the area in front of it. This lampshade prevents light from going into our park. Guandu Nature Park was the first wetland and farmland to reduce light pollution, to become the first choice for migratory birds to stop. The installation of light covers and shades can reduce the light pollution, but it still cannot fully restore the original habitat. The debate continues as to whether this park is for people or the animals, and in the experience of foreign parks, some have opted to protect animals by banning most lights.
Tzu Chi volunteers from Zimbabwe participated in the online study group despite having a 6-hour different time zone with Taiwan. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you and goodbye.